Hey guys, what up? This is Sephron here, and today I'm actually coming to you with a video on what's been going on. So this patch has been, or I guess the whole update and the whole league has been insane. It's been so much fun. Um, there are lots of mechanics that I'm still working out and trying to deal with, but I'm just kind of glazing over the whole topic of today. First of all, we're going to kind of cover a little bit of good stuff, the build progress, see where I'm at in the build, and see how I can improve on what's going on. My thoughts on Betrayal, I definitely want to go over that kind of stuff. Future builds, for sure. Um, there's a couple ideas that I have roaming around in the head. And then the unique challenge that I have, I just haven't counted the uniques quite yet, but I'm roughly around 180 uniques, which is pretty good, uh, based on the fact that I've had a couple days of grinding. So I'm going to show off some of the uniques, just a couple of the highlights, I guess, or the ones that I liked the most. Map strat. That'd be the next thing that would be on the list. Things that we're going to be doing to uh, cover map strategy and all that kind of stuff. So I plan on putting flags in the description because it's going to be kind of a longer video. Um, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So build progress. Let's start with that. Uh, we can't get this. This is so frustrating because we should easily be able to do this. But I get hit once and I die. It's so squishy. I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. I need to finish these phase run nodes, I think. And so once I have these three, I think it's going to be perfect. But I am a marvelous level 86. So I have kind of awkward setups right now. Like this focus thing is kind of out of date. My armor is a little bit out of date, but I can go over that. I'm fully capped on res. Only thing I need is a little bit of chaos resistance, honestly, and then I should be good. Like maybe 15 to 25 would be cool. Well, no, 15 actually would be perfect, I think. Yeah, yes, because I have a first unique showing off. Boom, at Serious Promise. I was able to do uh, an Atziri run, and this is the first run that I did. I actually did it, I think, deathless. I think, because I don't remember dying all that crazy much, but yeah, it rolled 17, 15. Unfortunate, but I did quality it up with some glass blowers baubles, because it's going to be a main staple in the build anyway. So for the time being, I want it to be at the max quality that I can achieve. These other ones are still kind of up in the air. Um, they're the right items, but I don't necessarily know if they're going to be the right mods until I play a little bit more. Um, so I have this hallowed hybrid flask for when I do uh, try and go for a lab. Like I didn't use it this last time, which is kind of dumb of me because it's an instant recovery flask. But at the same time, I was just going for it because I thought I could actually do it. First off, we're dual wielding, so that's kind of big. We got our faster casting flame dash in here with arcane search report. This one is actually kind of a good find. It dropped not too terribly long ago, and I saw that I could roll spell damage on it, and I was like, oh, that'd be huge. So I rolled 51 out of 56 or 52, I don't remember. Um, but it adds a lot of spell damage to lightning, as well as flat damage to lightning spells. As you can tell, I'm a little bit under the weather still. So if you guys are watching later on YouTube, hopefully I'm in a better place as far as voice and face and all gunk that's going around. Um, but back to the the video at hand. The other one is essentially the same setup, lots of lightning damage percentage increase, as well as flat to spells, extra spell damage overall. This one in particular, the helpful bit is the crafted trap throwing speed. I wanted something that I could throw traps a little bit faster. No, for no particular reason, but in the end, it was very beneficial to throw that on there. We got our increased duration support in there, as well as our flame golem. Increased duration is for our enduring cry when we actually get our set up correctly. Um, let's go ahead and jump to the boots. This is purely resistance and movement speed. Honestly, this is where I get my focus buff from, though. I can dodge an attack from hit or attack hits with it. So as long as I'm utilizing the focus, I get a 15% chance to dodge attacks. So it's kind of like a little uh, movement slash mobility skill type thing. Anyway, so I get quite a bit of fire and lightning resist from it. Bunch of dexterity. It's actually funny if I take these off, uh, I can't put them back on because I need that much dexterity for Blade Vortex, which is kind of insane. Yeah, but Blade Vortex is at level 20, and it's quality, so it's kind of cool that it's Evolved Blade Vortex. The only reason I have it in here is because it's nice for like kind of a cushion for a lot of maps in a way. It allows me to do a little more damage if I am trying to run a little bit faster, I guess. Uh, Outside of that, the focus is the only thing that I really utilize. I just 5 linked this not too terribly long ago, and it feels great. This is one of the reasons I tried Azaro again. But it's for the Lightning Spire Trap, Concentrated Effect, Trap Mine, Controlled Destruction, Lightning Pen, and then Flat Lightning. Uh, this setup is amazing. We're doing 25 sheet. If I were to do this little swapperoonie, this kind of shows us the damage we would see on the sheet uh, once we are all said and done. So all said and done being we got a 6 sock or a 6 link in this chest piece. So the only thing that my chest piece has on it right now is Tri-Res, mana, as well as chance to dodge spells, because I need to get as much chance to dodge as I can outside of the fact that I don't have phase acrobatics. It's kind of a downside. My rings, they're kind of in the toilet, honestly. I get some good resistances on this 2 stone ring over here, uh, but that's about it. I get some life. I need to get some more life rolls is really the big thing. So I get a bunch of resistance here in terms of fire and cold, and then the life is the real reason that I was using that. The total mana cost of skills is by -7, which is pretty cool. Um, let's see. Okay, so the gloves. These aren't exactly the right gloves that I need in order to really push this build into what is happening. So I think this is why um, I'm having a lot of trouble uh, finishing Azaro as far as that's concerned, because I'm missing an entire trap, which is a big deal. Um, so yeah, they're just kind of mediocre at this point. I get increased damage when I use a flask, so I'm practically spamming my flasks, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Um, but as you can see, no enchant on any of these, right? I mean, there's nothing. So maybe I have to hit like an older, or like not the Uber, but the one under Uber lab, um, and get some enchants so that I'm not like completely naked basically on uh, on those things. Even though they're not necessary, they make a big difference at this point for me, I guess. So in the links here, I have Elemental Focus, Trap Mine, Arc, and Cluster Traps, and then it's obviously got Trap as the surrounded by traps, that kind of thing. So Stygian Vice, same thing, resistances. This one I just put in, it's not awesome, but it's extra life, extra multiplier, which is huge. We got blasphemy and conductivity in our boots, uh, which give us this blasphemy or this conductivity aura that we kind of like use, and thus the saboteur, as well as that with a mix of uh, the ascendancy here. Again, I don't have my fourth ascendancy, but we went this way. We went pyromaniac first, then we went perfect crime, and then chain reaction, and then hopefully we'll get explosives expert soon, which will help with that damage penetration a lot. Uh, let's see. So the tree was fairly easy to follow. I need to replace a lot of these uh, gems because they're not doing a whole lot for me. Like this one has spell damage on it, but then it has like multiplier for lightning skills and multiplier for spells. So it's kind of confusing. I'm so sorry. My face is like draining. It's the worst. Um, so the only thing I need to do from here is I have all the life that I'm going to get on the tree, I think. Uh, but then the rest of it is, let's see, these nodes here, these lightning nodes. And what else? I think that's it. I think that's all he has there. Is just the lightning nodes. So then I get faster cast speed as well as extra multiplier, effective shock, lightning, lightning, lightning. So I get like almost 50% increased lightning damage plus cast speed and multiplier. So what I'm gonna do on top of that is I am going to oh yeah, and phase. Obviously phase acrobatics, that's gotta come first. Um, then what I'm gonna do is take this route up here, I think. No, I might just go right here. So here, and I think I'm gonna go up here. Because if I can get to Fusillade, if what I understand about those power charges and stuff is true with that gem, um, I guess gotta show you. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, not the gem. The boots. Hold up. Inya's Epiphany. I'm going for Inya's Epiphany. So tangent. This is a tangent. But this is a goal that we're going for. Um, so we want Inya's Epiphany, and it's this set of boots that says 25% chance that if you would gain a power charge, you instead gain up to your maximum number of power charges. But it increases the damage per power charge by 5%. So if I have 6% on top of that, I mean, it's just going to scale a little bit better that way. Um, so that's essentially the whole reason. Let's see. Did I cover everything? The helmet again is just one of those things. I needed strength, but I also needed lightning resist, and I wanted life. So that's what that kind of fills in. I got a mortal call, cast and crit, phase run, and then I have wrath here. A wrath I just put in there. I'm actually testing the damage. The damage is fantastic. Um, if I have them both going, but it looks like I have very little mana pool. But 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1, 2, 3. I shouldn't need. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodness. Let's try that again. So those were the lightning spires. So there's only 3 of those, obviously. But let's see how many I can actually just throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 in a relatively short amount of time, and then it doesn't take very long to recover that new mana. So that's kind of nice. Uh, Amulet is the only thing I didn't cover. Uh, Resistances, dexterity, I needed it, and then cost of mana. So it's one of those things that's kind of like filler. Um, let's see. So first thing, um, in the awesome situation that we're in right now with this league. So Betrayal is pretty cool. I like it. It's just like a cool little flashback, I guess. But it's like if this is the way the game is going to be played, wow, are we in for a treat? Um, I don't think it's going to be this scaled, but if Betrayal is going standard, then wow, we are in for a treat. Um, so lots of stuff going on. Actually trying to complete the challenge where we have to do targets, I think. Not hindered rivals. Yeah, so Janice. So the only one I have to do is Janice, right here. Uh, which is pretty cool, I think. Um, and then I'll get that, and I'll actually be one way. So hopefully we'll be able to do that today in stream. If you guys aren't doing anything, you might as well come and hang out. Following targets while they are associated with each job. Okay, cool. So I only have a couple of those left, and then hopefully I can do the encounter with uh, the mastermind and defeat that finally. My first attempt was a complete fail. I'm gonna watch a couple clips on it and see if I can understand the strategy a little bit, or at least how the game applies the boss fight, because that boss fight is a little crazy. But I'm excited. I'm going for these challenges. I want to get at least the aura, so I'm going for at least 24. The cloak, it's okay. It's okay, I guess. If I get up to 36, that'd be cool, but I don't think I will. I think I'll at least get to 24. Um, let's see. What else? Future builds. So there's a couple future builds I want to kind of throw out there. I thought about Ellie Hit. At this point, it's kind of like, oh well, what is the uniques kind of leading me towards, right? Because the second build, I wanted to have all the uniques kind of like set aside and prepared for that build. That way I can just like get it to maps and go. Um, as far as what I want that build to do, I'm thinking I want to do clear speed this time. It seems kind of strange, but I have a lot of pretty good uniques for clear speedy type builds. Here's just a quick overview. Like I have a tabula already. Windscreen. This was the what I used basically as my pseudo 5 link forever. Um, here's the Fairgraves tricorn. So we can try and get on some fishing rods. We're gonna try and get both fishing rods. And then Goldrim, of course. Got a couple cool looking ones. Three dragons. This is when Travis said he was really jealous about. So we got some gloves. I'm just kind of showing them off a little bit. A bunch of bows and a bunch of accessories. Look at this. So we got a blood grip, some Arnodex, Winter Heart. I got a bunch of the basic ones essentially. I'm gonna keep one of these. I have a couple extra of these, and I'm gonna use it for ancient orbs, basically to spam and see if I can get a Biscos or um, some other unique gold, situation. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. What else? I have a lot of like stash tabs full. Like here's my sadist garbs and all that kind of stuff. Um, just trying to like prepare myself for the long haul versus the short term. Um, as part of the unique challenge strat, what I want to do is I want to actually take a character, and that's all he is for. So I'll take a Fairgraves Tricorn. Um, I'll do like let's obviously starting at level 12, so I mean you start with a leather cap or something, and then do like Tabula Rasa, and then farm like a really low tier area, and then farm for yellows, and then do chancing orbs, and then do that kind of thing. Because then that gives me basically every type in the in the situation, and then I'll add the actually, you know what? Before I forget, I will add fishing rod to the crafting recipe uh, so that that's done before I forget, because I know I'll forget it. Um, but how are you guys? How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. Um, the base item, here we go. Fishing rod. Oh, I don't think he has that in there. Interesting. 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 I guess I'll have to do it later. Wow. Okay. Well, shut off a little bit. As for the Atlas strat, let me show you Atlas a little bit. I'm trying to follow challenges a little bit, but I did have some luck here with some Shaper, and actually that's what we're gonna do after this video. So if you guys want to come stop in, I am streaming right now live, um, and hopefully you guys are having a good day. And as for the map strategy, we're just gonna try and close it, man. Try and close it. Once we get to Shaper and stuff, I'm hoping to be as close to complete as possible, including the unique ones. So the more maps we do, the more chances we hit Zana, the more chances we do other things, the more like so we just got to start mapping. Um, in the meantime, I will be searching for the hideouts. Now, the hideouts are just this extra thing, I'm assuming, that they just put in. And from what I kind of get, I guess, is that each hideout has its own, specific kind of look. And let me show you this real quick, guys. Um, so you have this list here, and this list is pretty awesome as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you have all this whole set of pretty cool stuff um, that we can kind of hunt for outside of just items. So I saw Tarky Cat. He's a super popular streamer on PoE. Uh, he was doing a video as an update. He said he found a glacial hideout at the iceberg map, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you could find hideouts. And I started looking into it, and some of these hideouts look real good. I actually have the luxurious hideout, and I got it in the bathhouse, so I thought that was pretty neat. Um, so I'm excited to try and complete these. Some of these are gonna have to wait a little while, but I'm gonna keep kind of a check mark list of which ones I have, which one I don't. I might do a Excel spreadsheet on that. But yeah, I think that about sums it up as to what is going on and how everything's going. I kind of have this routine about finding prophecies and stuff like that. So I'm sitting well with essences as well as maps. I'm actually up to finding tier 7s now. I'm hoping to finish out finding these last three and then start continuing those because I just finished the tier 5s. So once 7s happens, once 8 happens, once 9 happens, I'll have another prophecy I can do, and that'll be pretty cool. Div cards. Um, as we know, there are going to be a ton of div cards that we're looking for. One in particular that I'm looking for now is the 6 Link Body Armor div card, the Chains That Bind. So I have a bunch of pen maps that I was running a little earlier that I'm going to be going for. Poor Joy's Asylum is also on that list of wonderful cards we're looking for, but I've actually got pretty lucky with a couple of these. So I'm looking forward to see how all of these come out. But I love the artwork on these. They're always so cool, like Mortal Hope and the no traces. It's just like a chalk line through it, whatever the image would have been. Um, let's see. Oh, the pack leader. I found one of those. And check this out. I found a Masters card. Yeah, that's right. I found a Masters card. So I'm pretty excited about that. Um, clearly. Uh, as far as fragments go, I have one piece for the Pale Council, which I plan to do. I got a couple of these left. Another plan I'm looking at is collecting as many gilded scarabs as I possibly can. Okay, so I'm going to be looking high and low in the betrayal. Once I finish all the betrayal league challenges, at least obviously those go first, and then the idea is to rotate and get as many gilded scarabs as possible because I want to be able to use these against Travis for our unique league strategy, especially this one. Where is it? These right here. So the reliquary scarabs. I want gilded reliquary scarabs right here. Those are going to be so good. 100% more uniques in just the polished one. I don't even know what the gilded ones look like. But I have one more chance at Aziri, so I'll probably do that. Maybe get a piece here or there. I got to do Divine Vessels for where's it at? Where's it at? Here. Sulfur Vents, because I have to do Solaris. So I have that one in Temple for Solaris. So I'll be doing those later today. Yeah, I think that covers a lot of it. The deeper you go into the Atlas, the farther these go. So that's super neat. I'm reaching at straws now. I don't have really a whole lot more to kind of
No.
talk about. Veiled mods. Perfect. Veiled mods, obviously. I'm actually not keeping any of the veiled mods at this point um, because early on I recognized, oh, well, the veiled mods it's for everything. As long as you have a craftable spot, these are your veiled mods. You can utilize these. So the only thing you don't have to pay it like you don't have to pay the currency for it. So I'm not really worried about I'm not really worried about I'm actually gonna craft that on there. Whether I find the right item that's a veiled mod or not. But
I heard something.
yeah, I mean you can just craft it on there. That's what the whole point is, I think. So to give you an idea of where we are in the delve, like I said, there's so much to talk about in this league. It's insane. Um, so I am at depth 74, which is a monster level 71. So I just hit the 70s mark, which is pretty good for me, I would say. Um, not having known what to expect, I guess. Um, so we got to do a little bit of one of these, and you know, Travis helped us see all this other stuff that was going on. I missed out on my there's a node right here. It was ritual grounds, and I died, and I lost all the talismans that I had won from the encounter. So it's really frustrating. I was like, okay, that's annoying. All right. That's the only downside that I see of Delve. Other than that, it's a lot of fun. Um, if you are questioning whether you should play this league, you should totally play. Um, it's a lot of fun, um, especially for you new folks. Even though like everybody who's been playing is used to these uh, like temples and stuff like that. Like the temple right now, I just reset this temple, so I have some items that are like Vol items that have come from that, but it's nothing like too big. Uh, since even though everybody knows these mechanics, they've made them work so well together. So, like I said, it's a legacy league or a flashback league essentially, where we get a whole bunch of stuff all the time. Um, it's great. Come play. Thanks for watching, guys. Saffron out.